Let's still stay with this topic because the minority in Parliament has slammed the government over what it describes as a reckless management of the cocoa sector, resulting in delayed payments of cocoa farmers. The caucus contends that the continuous injection of foreign exchange into the economy has resulted in the current crisis confronting the cocoa sector. Addressing journalists on the reduction of the producer price of cocoa, the minority caucus called for the dismissal of the Chief Executive Officer of Cocoa Board. ChannelOne News' Me Ayikwe Okang reports.
Following the government's announcement of a reduction in the producer price of cocoa from 51,660,000 Ghana cedis per ton to over 41,000 Ghana cedis per ton, the minority caucus on Thursday addressed journalists accusing the government of recklessly managing the cocoa sector, which has resulted in the current challenge confronting the industry.
This government is recklessly managing the cocoa sector, which has brought us to this unprecedented crisis in the sector. Given the scale of the crisis in the sector now, a sector which is one of the most important pillars of our economy, one expected the government to give Cocoa Board a bailout, as we did during the MPP times, rather than reducing the producer price for cocoa. A bailout would have been necessary, particularly at the time we are told that the economy is strong and resilient. They said they are better managers of the economy. An economy that is better managed cannot pay cocoa farmers.
The caucus also attributed the government's injection of over $10 billion into the economy to the current crisis confronting the cocoa sector.
We warned this government about the reckless overvaluation of our currency. We warned them several times that these dollars they are pumping into the economy, that reckless intervention. Last year alone, they intervened to the tune of 10 billion United States dollars. Because those of you who understand economics know that when you overvalue your currency, it adversely affects the export competitiveness of your country. When your inflation is 3.8%, your currency should depreciate by at least 3.8% in order to protect exports. What do we see? They are going around bragging about appreciation. That is poor economics.
The ranking member on the Economy and Development Committee, Kojo Oponkroma, for his part, called for the dismissal of the CEO of Cocoa Board, Dr. Randy Abbey.
All of this has come about because of the reset that Cocoa Board did. And that is why, respectfully, we ask the President to relieve the Cocoa Board CEO of his responsibilities at this point in time. Number two, we are asking the government that in previous times when cocoa prices fell and the government absorbed the shock and protected the cocoa farmer, the NDC government should absorb the cost of what they have done and protect the cocoa farmer and restore at least the 3,625 that they promised. This 2,800 or so that they are promising is totally unacceptable. Already we are receiving messages from cocoa farmers who say that if this is what is going to happen, they are going to demonstrate in a number of these. And if they do, we in this caucus, we will join them on the streets to do this demonstration.
The ranking member on the Food, Agriculture and Cocoa Affairs Committee, Isaac Yaopoku, called on the government to slash the salaries of all public sector workers in line with the reduction in the producer price of cocoa.
Cocoa farmer has sacrificed for this country. And in fact, if the cocoa farmers' farm gate price is going to be reduced by almost 30%, then everybody's pay in this country should also be slashed by that margin. Is the Chief Executive Officer of Cocoa Board, his allowance and salary, is it going to be slashed by the same margin? I am sad. Today is a sad country for everybody. And I think the President should come again. Cocoa farmers deserve better, and they should not be treated like trash.